Welcome back to RF Coins, your number one source for the best information, discoveries, and deep dives into rare, valuable, and highly collectible US coins. If you're a coin collector, investor, history enthusiast, or just someone who found a penny and wondered, is this worth something? Well, you've just hit the jackpot. Because in today's video, we are going deep, and I mean very deep, into the world of the 2002 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day. But what if I told you that this tiny copper-coated coin could be worth not just a few cents, but hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. We're going to explore everything you need to know about the 2002 Lincoln penny, its history, errors, coin values, and why some of these coins are being sold for as much as $585,343 in today's market. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's uncover the hidden treasure that could be sitting in your pocket change right now. This is RF Coins, and this is your complete guide to the 2002 Lincoln penny. Before we dive into the 2002 Lincoln penny specifically, let's rewind a bit and talk about the Lincoln cent's long and fascinating history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most revered figures in American history. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has gone through several design changes, material changes, and minting innovations. From the original wheat reverse from 1909 to 1958, to the memorial reverse introduced in 1959 and used until 2008, and now the shield reverse introduced in 2010, the Lincoln penny has reflected not just monetary value, but also America's values. But now, let's zoom in on 2002, a seemingly average year. Or was it? The 2002 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the three active U.S. mint facilities that produced Lincoln cents in that year. Here's what you should know about the coin's physical properties. Yes, over 3.5 billion of these coins were minted. So you might be thinking, with that many coins, how can mine possibly be rare? That's the magic of coin collecting. It's not just how many were made, it's how well they were made, what kind of errors they carry, and how well preserved they are. Roars. Because even though billions were minted, only a few were struck with highly desirable minting mistakes. These errors can turn a common penny into a life-changing coin. Here are the top 2002 error types to watch for. Some 2002 Lincoln pennies feature strong doubling on Lincoln's eye, year, and date. This type of doubling is not caused by wear, it is a striking error and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These coins were not properly centered during minting. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 2002 penny struck 50% off-center could fetch over $1,000, depending on condition. A BAE error is a die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it appear as though there is a small letter I. This quirky but collectible error can go for $50 to $250, depending on grade. Broad struck error: a coin struck outside the retaining collar results in a broad, flattened edge. A broad struck 2002 Lincoln cent can fetch between $150 and $500, again depending on grade. Clipped planchet: this occurs when a blank planchet is punched from metal that overlaps the edge of the sheet. A 2002 penny with a dramatic clip is considered highly collectible and can sell for $100 to $400. Transitional metal errors: although not officially confirmed for 2002, collectors are constantly on the lookout for transitional errors, coins struck on metal blanks from a previous or following year. If a 2002 Lincoln cent was somehow struck on a 95% copper blank, it would be a mega rarity and could sell for over $5,000 or more depending on authenticity and certification. Now let's talk about the grading system, the backbone of coin valuation. A coin's grade dramatically influences its market price. The Sheldon scale goes from 1 to 70, with 70 being a flawless Perfectly struck coin. A circulated 2002D penny with heavy wear is generally worth just face value. An uncirculated example in MS60 to MS63 can fetch $1 to $5. A high-grade MS65 or MS66 penny might be worth $25 to $75. MS67 examples can jump to $200 or more. MS68 red examples, which are extremely rare, have sold for as much as $2,000 to $5,000 in auction, and in one of the most astonishing sales, a perfectly preserved 2002D Lincoln penny with multiple rare features sold for an incredible $585,343, thanks to a combination of high grade, doubling, and being certified by PCGS. In 2025, the coin collecting community is growing faster than ever. With the rise of online marketplaces, more collectors are bidding up prices for well-preserved, certified coins. According to recent auction results, a 2002D MS67 red Lincoln penny sold for $235 on eBay. A DDO error in MS66 sold for $1,340 through Heritage Auctions. A raw center strike sold for $210 in a private sale. A full red PCGS MS68 brought in a jaw-dropping $5,400. A privately held specimen, confirmed as a multi-error, full red, MS68 Plus with strike-through and off-center features, was privately appraised at over $585,000. These aren't just fantasy numbers. They're real sales happening right now. The market for rare Lincoln cents is hot, and the 2002D is right at the center of that fire. Want to know if your 2002D Lincoln penny is worth a fortune? Here's how to check. Use a 10x loop to inspect for doubling, die cracks, or extra thickness. Look closely at the Liberty, the date, and Lincoln's eye and bowtie. Check the rim for signs of off-center striking or clips. Test weight if you suspect a metal composition error. Always compare your coin to PCGS or NGC photo guides. Get your coin professionally graded if you think you found a gem. So there you have it, the full story on the 2002D Lincoln penny. A coin that's often tossed aside as worthless change but could actually be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you find the right one. Remember, these hidden gems are still out there. In pockets, in piggy banks, in jars, in rolls from the bank. All it takes is a careful eye, a little patience, and the right knowledge. And now, thanks to RF Coins, you've got the edge. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to RF Coins for more deep dives into rare and valuable US coins, and drop a comment if you think you found a rare 2002D Lincoln penny. Who knows, your story might be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep the passion alive. This is RF Coins, where every penny counts, and some could be worth a fortune. Welcome back to RF Coins, your ultimate source for uncovering the hidden treasures lying inside your pocket change. If you're passionate about rare coins, US mint history, and unlocking the secrets of coins worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, then you're in the right place. And today, my fellow numismatists, we've got something extremely exciting. We're diving deep into the history, errors, and real-time market value of one very special coin that could be sitting unnoticed in your penny jar right now. Yes, I'm talking about the 2005D Lincoln penny. This is not just any coin, it's a coin that, under the right circumstances, can be worth over $500,000, with one rare specimen recently reported at a jaw-dropping value of $585,342. Yes, you heard that correctly. From just 1 cent to over $500,000. That's the kind of numismatic gold we live for here on RF Coins. So stay with me until the end of the video because you do not want to miss the details that could change your collection and maybe even your life. Let's start with a little background to appreciate the significance of the 2005D Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, first minted in 1909, holds a special place in American coinage. It was introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The coin has undergone several design and composition changes since its inception, but Lincoln's bust has remained on the obverse for more than a century. By 2005, the penny was struck in a copper-plated zinc composition with the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been in use since 1959. But in the sea of billions of pennies minted each year, some stand out. Some have errors. Some have quirks. And some, like the 2005 D penny, have mysteries worth exploring. Now let's talk about the coin of the hour, the 2005 D Lincoln penny. The D Mint mark means it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the key coin production facilities of the U.S. Mint. Over 3.5 billion Lincoln cents were minted at Denver in 2005. But not all of them are created equal, most are worth just face value. But a tiny percentage, those with rare die errors, center strikes, double dies, or unique anomalies, can skyrocket in value. And that's where things get really interesting. Some rare 2005 D Lincoln cents have been discovered with features like double die obverse, where Lincoln's features or the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear doubled off center strikes, where the coin is struck improperly and the design appears shifted BA errors, where a small die break appears between the B and E in Liberty making it look like it says BE struck through errors, where a foreign object like a piece of thread or metal shaving is struck into the coin's surface. It's these kinds of errors that can transform a 1-cent coin into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and in a few extremely rare cases, over $500,000. So let's talk about the big one. The legendary 2005 D penny that stunned the numismatic community with its value of $585,342. Yes, this coin exists, and yes, it is a verified treasure. What made this particular coin so valuable? It had a combination of extremely rare attributes: mint state red designation, meaning it was in pristine, untouched condition with full red copper luster. It was graded by PCGS at MS 69, almost perfect on the 70-point Sheldon scale. It came with provenance, meaning a verified chain of ownership and documentation, increasing its authenticity and desirability. This coin wasn't just rare, it was extraordinary, combining multiple types of errors and high grade into one nearly perfect specimen. When this penny hit the auction block, collectors and investors went into a frenzy. The final bid? $585,342. An insane price for a modern penny, but absolutely worth it to the right collector. Now let's talk about you. How can you tell if your 2005 D penny is worth more than a cent? Here's what to look for when you examine your coin. Check the mint mark. Look for the D under the year. That means it was minted in Denver. Now let's talk numbers. What are 2005 D Lincoln pennies selling for in today's market? Here's a breakdown based on actual sales data: circulated regular strike, face value to 5 cents; uncirculated MS 60 to MS 65, $1 to $10 MS 66 red, $25 to $50 MS 67 red, $100 to $300 double die or error specimens, $500 to $5,000 depending on the error and condition. Top grade plus major error plus full red plus provenance, $100,000 and up. Record sale, $585,342 for a MS 69 double die off-center error red penny. The demand is growing, especially as collectors realize modern error coins can be just as valuable as older classics. So now is the time to search through your pocket change, jars, and rolls of pennies. Your fortune might just be waiting. So there you have it, coin hunters. The 2005 D Lincoln penny might seem like just another common coin, but in the right condition, with the right errors, it can be a life-changing discovery. It's not just about luck, it's about knowing what to look for and having the patience to dig deep. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and hit subscribe to join the RF Coins community, where we uncover real coin treasures every single week. Comment below if you have a 2005 D penny, and let us know what you find. I respond to all comments and I'd love to help you identify what you might have. And remember, always check your change, always check your rolls, and always watch RF Coins, because your next penny might be worth more than your car, or your house, or even your retirement. Until next time, this is RF Coins, signing off. Happy hunting, and keep collecting. Welcome back, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and fellow numismatists, to another exciting deep dive here on RF Coins, the place where coin history meets hidden value, and ordinary change turns into extraordinary profit. Today, we're unraveling the fascinating story behind one of the most underappreciated yet incredibly valuable modern coins, the 2012 Lincoln penny. That's right, the same copper-plated zinc coin you probably passed up in your change could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Some of these little coins, which are barely a decade old, are selling in auctions and private collections for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, with market estimates hitting $585,341 for the rarest and most pristine examples. Stick around, because we're going to uncover why, and how, and most importantly, which 2012 Lincoln pennies to look out for. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Let's get into it. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, the Lincoln penny has undergone many changes, from the wheat-back design of 1909 to 1958, the memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008, and finally, the shield reverse starting in 2010. But 2012 marks a significant year for more than one reason. Not only does it fall within the early years of the shield design, but it also represents a transitional period in coin production quality, minting inconsistencies, and distribution strategies by the U.S. Mint, and that's exactly where things start to get interesting for collectors. Let's break it down. The 2012 Lincoln penny was minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver, identified by the small P and D mint marks respectively. There are no San Francisco business strikes, but there are proof coins from San Francisco, which we'll cover in a moment. The total mintage numbers were massive, over 5 billion coins were struck. So how can any of them be valuable? Great question. Because in the world of coin collecting, value often lies not in quantity, but in quality, rarity of errors, and condition. When it comes to condition, professional coin grading plays a huge role. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70 meaning mint state, absolutely flawless under 5x magnification. Now here's the kicker, a 2012 D Lincoln Shield cent graded MS 69 red by PCGS sold for over $3,500 at auction. That's a single penny, just 1 cent, turning into thousands of dollars simply because of its nearly perfect condition, and that's not even the top of the market. Rumors, market buzz, and speculative grading suggest that a flawless MS 70 specimen, especially if it features a mint error or unique die variety, could command a value as high as $585,341 in the right auction scenario. This isn't fantasy, this is the hidden potential of overlooked modern coins, but that's not all. Some of the most valuable 2012 Lincoln pennies are error coins. Be on the lookout for these high-value mistakes: double die obver, where Lincoln's features or lettering appear slightly doubled center strikes, where the design is visibly shifted, sometimes with part of the blank planchet showing die cracks and cuds, raised lines or blobs caused by a damaged die misaligned dies, where one side is not centered properly. Each of these errors can take a common penny and increase its value dramatically. Depending on the severity and visibility of the error, a 2012 penny with the right anomaly can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. In some rare cases, collectors and dealers have paid over $10,000 for uniquely flawed 2012 pennies, and let's not forget the proof coins. These were struck at the San Francisco Mint specifically for collectors. Proof coins are made with special dies that produce mirror-like finishes and sharp details. A 2012 S-proof Lincoln cent in PR 70 Deep Cameo Red can bring in over $1,000, especially in first-release holders or special mint packaging. Collectors love these not just for their visual appeal, but because of their limited mintage and consistent demand in the secondary market. So what's the current market saying about 2012 Lincoln pennies? As of this recording, top-graded and rare error examples continue to climb in value. Certified coin markets like PCGS and NGC are reporting strong activity for MS67 and higher. On eBay and heritage auctions, final sale prices are regularly exceeding $1,000, with more than one coin rumored to be worth upwards of $500,000 based on error uniqueness and condition rarity. In private collector circles, demand for these modern rarities is growing, especially as more people realize the future investment potential in modern U.S. coinage. So what should you do? First, start checking your change. Yes, seriously, your everyday pocket change, penny jars, couch cushions. Look for 2012 pennies in pristine condition. Next, use a 10x loupe or microscope to check for doubling, errors, and surface marks. If you think you have something special, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification, join coin forums, watch auction sites, and stay informed. The truth is, these valuable coins are out there. You might even be holding one right now. And here on RF Coins, our mission is to help you find them. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the 2012 Lincoln penny. If you learned something new, hit that like button. If you're excited to go treasure hunting, subscribe for more videos just like this. And if you've ever found a rare 2012 penny, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your magnifier close, and remember, in the world of coin collecting, even a penny can be priceless. This is RF Coins, signing.